What's up, me? So it's my favorite part of the biggest trial of the year, in my opinion, the closing arguments. The state is resting their case, or doing their closing arguments right now. I do think Kouri Richins is guilty, so if I think someone's guilty, I'll listen to the prosecution's closing arguments, but I'm not about to listen to the defense arguments. Whereas, like in the Adrian Gonzalez case, I thought he was innocent, so I only listened to the defense's closing arguments. And of course, he did get acquitted because I'm super smart and I'm like a genius and stuff. I'm just kidding. But we're taking a break right now. There's about 5 more minutes left of this break, so I figured I'd just do this real quick. So I think it was March 4th of 2022. Kouri Richins called 911, reporting that her husband was unresponsive, and she was laying in bed with her son at the time, and the autopsy came back, and he had been fed fentanyl, like it was in his stomach, like it was given to him orally, and just so happens that she made him a Moscow Mule that night, which is an alcoholic beverage, and she made the drink. She had the access because there's evidence of her buying the drugs. There's tons of evidence. There's phone calls. Like the period leading up to the murder, she has like 70 phone calls with this woman who they believe she got the fentanyl from. And she even referred to it as the Michael Jackson drug. And what happened to Michael Jackson? He died of a drug overdose. It wasn't fentanyl. It was one of the other ones. I can't remember. But she knows what she meant. The Michael Jackson drug. Like, what do you think that means, right? And so she thought she was going to take over his company once he died. But she's actually stupid, like most killers are. She wasn't ever going to be in control of the company. But she thought she would be. She thought she was going to make all this money. She had all these plans. And of course, there's Google searches of, very inculpatory Google searches, the kind of garden variety shit you see in all these cases, like, can the FBI read my deleted phone messages? Like, just stuff that only a guilty person would search for, right? You saw this real bad in cases like Rex Heuermann or Brian Kohberger. Especially Rex Heuermann, he had some really bad search queries, for sure. So she thinks she's getting away with it. I don't remember the timeline too well. I don't know how long it took them to arrest her, because she did write a children's book about grief called, I think it's called I'm With You, or I'm Still With You. It was ghostwritten. She paid someone else to write it. She published it under her name, and it's a children's book about experiencing grief, like if you lost your father because he overdosed on drugs. So she's creating this evil children's book as a cover for the fact that she murdered this guy. She killed him. Like, she put the fentanyl in his drink, fully intending him to drink it and then die. And then she's writing this children's book as like a moral alibi almost. Like, it's so twisted, bro. That's why true crime is so crazy to me. The stakes are so high, like people looking forward to a new movie, a new TV show, a new music album. I'm over here looking forward to the sentencing, the victim impact statements, the guilty verdict, because she's definitely guilty. I mean, I'm just an armchair amateur. I'm not educated on this stuff. I'm just a fan of justice. But I am extremely confident that she's going to be found guilty. I hope they only deliberate for like 45 minutes just to add the insult to injury. One of the worst things about her too is that she is very attractive. So it's just like, it's kind of scary in a way, because like, I think she's very attractive. So let's say in real life that was me instead of Eric, and she wanted to kill me for whatever reasons, I probably would have trusted her enough to where she could have pulled it off like she did with Eric. I guess that's why the term exists, the femme fatale. Basically, hot chick can't be resisted, and she goes all the way with it, and she kills somebody. So thankfully, Common sense will prevail. She will be found guilty and she will receive life without the possibility of parole. And another thing, it's real sad about those kids. I think they had 3 boys, 2 or 3 boys. But just think about it. If she got away with this, I would not put it past her to try to kill one of them in the future if she can find a way to make money off it. Because she killed this man for money. And if you're willing to kill somebody for greed, that's one of the most heinous motives for a crime. Like, if she's willing to do that to her husband, I bet she's willing to do that to her kids, because that's a real low, heinous type of crime. And, all crimes are bad. Murder's bad, okay? But, some motives are worse than others. Anyways, I think it's about to get started up again, so I'll be back with more on this trial. Talk to me later.